Our story opens in Afghanistan. We see a man named Amir sipping kava. After he drains his cup, he pays and heads home, eyes sweeping the streets. Once inside, he walks straight to the backyard, where several guard dogs are chained. He orders his men to open a cage. As the latch clicks, we discover several American soldiers trapped inside, including a woman named Susan. Amir declares that once a month an American is stoned, and today another captive will die. He looks at Susan and drags her into the road. Everyone, including the other Americans, stands around as he starts handing out stones. First, he gives a rock to one American and commands, "You will strike your comrade with the first blow." The man refuses, so Amir asks once more. When he still refuses, Amir shoots a civilian dead, leaving no choice. The soldier throws a stone, striking and killing Susan. Seeing this, the crowd pelts her with stones. Susan's condition worsens. Then 2 helicopters appear to extract them. They fire wildly at everyone below, and American troops rappel down. They rush Susan to a helicopter while the rest begin cutting down Amir's gunmen. As Amir watches, he spots an RPG. He grabs it and fires at the second helicopter, which bursts apart completely. With only 1 helicopter remaining, they load their people and flee. They don't have time to free the other prisoners. As soon as they lift off, Amir executes the remaining captives. Susan witnesses the horror and screams. Time passes, and after a while we see that Susan has fully recovered. Her superiors tell her she can still take leave and doesn't need to return to duty, but Susan refuses, saying, "I need to work since I came back from Afghanistan." She hasn't gone home. She received treatment and has been pushing through brutal daily training to make herself harder to break. Then we cut back to Afghanistan at a girls' school. All the girls are chatting. Among them is Badia, the education minister's daughter. As they talk, they hear gunfire. They look out to see many terrorist pickups. The gunmen are spraying rounds blindly. Chaos erupts everywhere. The terrorists begin seizing all the girls. Badia tells her friends, "We must get to the roof." I think that's the safest place. They hurry up and hide there. We then see the leader of the cell is none other than Amir. He hunts for Badia and asks the teacher. The teacher claims Badia didn't come today. She was absent. Amir realizes it's a lie. He shoots her in the head and orders a search for Badia. Badia sees this and knows they'll reach the roof soon, so it's best to run as fast as possible. She tells her friends to use the back door. "Come with me." And everyone sprints downstairs. Then Badia collides with a militant. The man falls and his rifle skids away. As he rises and advances on Badia, she grabs the gun and warns him, "Don't take another step." But when he won't stop, she fires and kills the terrorist. Hearing the shot, more gunmen rush inside. As another attacker appears, she drops him too. Now Amir stands before her. He tells her to calm down. "We won't harm you." "Drop the weapon," he says as he moves. He steps closer and Badia shoots again, but now her bullets are gone. They start running and bolt toward the roof. Amir follows. Reaching Badia's friends, she tries to fight. Amir lifts her and throws her aside. Then he sneers, "So, you want to play hero? Now I'll show you what happens to your friends." He grabs 2 girls and hurls them off the building. Both die instantly. Then he marches the remaining girls elsewhere. He locks them inside a cramped, filthy shack. The rest with Badia are also daughters of senior officials. Amir records a message demanding $10 million from each family for release. Badia's mother sees the video and breaks down. Then we cut to America again. Here we see Susan training. Her fighting now looks fiercely relentless. She beats every sparring partner, slamming them down, then sits. A man named Travis approaches Susan. He says, "I need to discuss something critical. This is highly sensitive. Go get ready." Susan showers, suits up, and goes to Travis. He begins to brief her. "My team is at the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. There's a school where terrorists seized many girls. All of them are daughters of government officers. I want you embedded with my team." Susan first refuses, still wounded by trauma, and she doesn't want to return there. Then Travis shows Amir's video, explaining he is the one who took the girls. Seeing Amir, Susan hardens and tells Travis, "I'm ready for the mission." She gears up and flies straight to Pakistan. As she exits the airport, she meets a cabbie named Abbas. Abbas drives her to a hotel. His reckless driving stuns Susan. Inside the lobby, she meets a fixer who works for Travis. The fixer leads Susan upstairs to meet the team. Susan is the sharpest blade on this unit. The heaviest work falls to her. After the introductions, she heads to see Travis. As they talk, Travis tells her, "We must cross into Afghanistan immediately. We'll enter as medics so no one suspects us." While they're talking, Badia's mother arrives and tells Susan, "I'll send you into Afghanistan. I only want my daughter back. Susan is ready," but before departure, she visits a cyber cafe and calls her Afghan friend Avina. Avina once moved among the Taliban, and Susan saved her. Susan wants to know from Avina where Amir hid the girls and where Amir himself is. Avina agrees to share everything she knows. The next morning, they prepare to move. As they step out, Susan sees that Abbas will drive one of the trucks. Susan feels uneasy and avoids his truck. She chooses the other truck instead. There she meets a young man named Malik who tells Susan, "I'm Abbas's younger brother. He's driving the other rig." They reach the border. Afghan police swarm in and begin searching. Abbas repeats that the loads are only medicines, but they don't believe him. One by one, they toss the cartons down. Susan and Travis are both tense. They know their weapons are concealed inside. If the caches are found, the police will shoot them on the spot. As their fear spikes, the officers keep flinging crates out. Then the chief arrives, shouting, "What are you doing? You're destroying the medicine. Let them pass." We learn this man works for the education minister, whose daughter was abducted, and he is helping them now. They cross into Afghanistan with ease. Meanwhile, we see Amir. He calls one kidnapped girl and asks if she wants freedom. The girl says yes. Amir replies, "You only need to do a small task. I'll give you a letter. Take it to the police station. After that, you're free." The girl agrees. Meanwhile, Susan and her team have entered Afghanistan. First, they stop at the medical camp to stash the supplies. Then they return to the hotel. As soon as they arrive, they head for the police station. They park in front and tell the girl to go in. She enters and hands over the envelope. The moment it's opened, a huge blast erupts, killing everyone inside. The girl hears it and runs to Travis. Everyone is stunned. Then Susan arrives and says, "I found an address. Amir's men will be there. We must strike tonight." As night falls, they reach the site and wait. First, they trigger a small explosion to distract the guards. After the diversion, they begin eliminating targets. One by one, they cut down the gunmen mercilessly. The enemies drop, and one of Susan's men falls too. She tells Malik to stop the vehicle. "We can't leave our teammate behind." But Malik argues going back means death. Susan won't yield, ordering him to turn around. As they return, bullets rip past, but they manage to pull their comrade out. However, the teammate is already dead, and this time a bullet slams into Travis's chest. They fire back, but now they must break contact. On the way out, Susan realizes Travis is gone too. Today, they have lost 2 teammates. It's crushing. At daybreak, Susan goes with her unit to the same major, the one who helped them at the border. She reports everything and says, "We've lost 2 of our own. We want to bury their bodies." The major points out a place and they start digging. Susan digs there, so locked in that she notices nothing else. She keeps digging for hours. Then her team pulls her back. She steps out and learns Badia's mother has returned. When Susan goes inside to speak, Badia's mother says, "I've brought $10 million. I want my daughter released." But when they check the bundles, they discover the money is counterfeit. They're confused and ask why. "What are you doing?" Badia's mother explains, "Amir's crew are among the least educated. They can't tell real notes from fake ones. So I hope this money helps you reach him. And once you get there, free my daughter and the others too." Elsewhere, we see Amir approaching Badia. Staring into her eyes, he says, "I have never met a braver girl than you. You are not afraid of me. I see fear in every other girl here. I want to marry you. Imagine how bold our children will be." Children of bold parents are bold. Badia tries to speak, but before she can, Amir warns, "You cannot refuse. If you do, I will kill all your companions." Badia falls silent. Elsewhere, Susan sees a car approaching their safe house. They step out armed and find Avina inside, the woman Susan had called. Avina says, "I learned about a cleric named Sheikh. Amir respects only a few people in this world, and he fears them too. Sheikh is one of them. He's held prisoner elsewhere. Free him, and you can leverage him against Amir. He'll agree to your terms." Hearing this, Susan asks Avina for her phone, saying she needs to make a call. Avina replies she didn't bring one to avoid tracking. As soon as Avina leaves, they plan how to reach Sheikh. The next day, they spot a convoy moving with Sheikh. But Susan's team had eyes on him already. They begin tailing. Their unit waits ahead with an RPG and rifles. As the vehicles near, they spring the trap. Then Alice spots a bus full of civilians. She won't let it get caught in the crossfire. To prevent casualties, Alice deliberately causes a crash, riding her bike into the bus, but her foot gets wedged inside the bus. As the convoy arrives on the far side, Susan's team attacks, dropping enemies one by one. Susan fires an RPG and blows the truck apart. Finally, they seize Shake. They load him into a car, then realize Alice is missing. Driving on, they find Alice still trapped in the bus. They try everything to free her, but Alice says it's not that simple. On the other hand, many enemies are closing in, the same ones whose allies Susan's team killed. Alice tells them to leave her and go. They refuse. Before they can escape, they're ambushed and a bullet hits Abbas. They drag Abbas from the vehicle, but he dies en route. After returning, they bury him too. Malik is shattered by his brother's death. Susan tries to comfort him. Then a video appears on television. The gang they crossed to free Shake have captured Alice. They release a clip of themselves slitting her throat. Seeing this, Susan storms straight to Shake, pressing a gun to his head. She wants to kill him, then looks at Avina. She notices a mobile phone in Avina's hand, even though she claimed she had none. Susan realizes Avina betrayed them. She strikes Avina and drops her cold. Checking the phone, she finds Avina already warned Amir's men, who could arrive any moment to grab Shake. Susan orders everyone to bring the $10 million. Leave Avina, the money, and Shake here. If he finds these three, Amir won't chase us. They hide. After a while, Amir arrives and sees the setup. He relaxes and pulls back, but Susan's team tracks him. Soon after, Susan orders a trace on Avina's phone. I stashed her phone in the money bag. Now we'll see where they go. A short time later, Amir reaches his underground base. He meets Shake and tells him to prepare. He wants to marry Badia. Meanwhile, Susan is ready. She advances with her group to finish Amir fast. Upon reaching the compound above ground, they see no one because the force is underground. They spot a lone guard, and Susan drops him. Then they uncover the tunnel. Susan enters first and tells the team to carry only small arms. Once inside, she dons a burqa to blend in. Other women down there wear burqas too. They begin to move through the crowds. Little by little, Susan identifies where the girls are held. After sweeping the entire complex, they regroup and trade intel. They've found all the girls, but no one knows where Badia is. Susan orders charges planted throughout. When I give the signal, detonate. Elsewhere, Badia is brought to Amir. Shake is present and starts arranging a marriage, but Amir and Shake argue, and Shake realizes Amir twists their religion. Their fight flares, and Amir slashes Shake's throat. Panic ripples through the hall. Meanwhile, explosives are set all along the tunnels. Then one of Amir's men reports the cache is fake, and that a phone with a tracker was hidden inside. Furious, Amir accuses Avina of betrayal, saying she brought the Americans. He shoots Avina in the head. He orders all women gathered in the tunnel and demands their faces be checked for infiltrators. They line the women up and lift burqas. They uncover one of Susan's teammates, smiling. She says, "Your game ends now." She hits a switch and bombs erupt everywhere. Amid the chaos, Susan's team cuts down Amir's fighters. One by one, they clear almost everyone. Then Badia runs to her rescuers and finds Susan. Susan tells Badia to take everyone up the lift while she hunts Amir. Badia leads the girls upstairs. As Susan pursues Amir, she finds him. Amir snarls, "You're back. This time you won't live." A brutal fight erupts. They trade heavy blows, both turning savage. For a moment, it seems Amir will kill Susan, but she survives, grabs a sword, and slashes Amir's throat. Amir is dead. Most of Susan's team escapes the tunnels. However, one woman is trapped after the blasts. Susan moves to rescue her, but the woman says it's too risky. She reveals she rigged bombs across the tunnels and will trigger them, killing the stragglers and guaranteeing the team's escape. Susan and the others get out. The rescue birds arrive and everyone boards the chopper. As Malik is about to climb in, he asks Susan if she is coming now. Susan says no. Her teammate is still inside, and she won't leave anyone. With the others safe, she turns back. Malik insists on joining her. They jump into a car, and Malik slots in a compact disc. He says, "We'll have music for the ride." As the music swells, they drive back into danger, and the film ends.